Hey, what's up YouTube? Mike from Mass Aquariums. You know the spiel. Might see me in front of a tank that looks a little bit different. Yeah. So, I went to the Packy today. And, well, for those of you outside of Massachusetts, a Packy is a liquor store. Where you buy beer, booze, whatever. So I go to the Packy today to get me some summer beer. Because it's 90 degrees in Massachusetts. And all I see is Oktoberfest and Harpoon Pumpkin this and blah blah blah. And all the summer beers are gone. All the Packies are selling winter and fall beers already. Can you believe it? No, I can't. Either can I. Can you believe it? No. Alright, anyway. So, I decided, let's get my winter project going. I'm motivated. Let's do it. If you follow my Facebook group, I've told you that I'm breaking down my 75 because I'm going to start it all over during the winter. You know, a lot of people during the winter, you're stuck inside, and that's when you start going crazy and spending money on building new tanks. You know, you start setting up new tanks just for the fun of setting up new tanks, and before you know it, summer rolls around, and you got to mow the lawn. You're doing stuff with the kids, you want to be fishing, swimming, going to the beach, doing whatever, and now you got all these tanks that you set up during the winter, and you don't feel like taking care of them. Maybe you do. I know I don't. So, I've slowly been breaking down tanks. You know, guys know I'm getting into reefs, and but I still love my planted tanks. And this tank, big time, needed a makeover. It was just about 2 years old when I started out. If you want to go, maybe I'll post a link down below to one of my first videos on this tank when there was barely anything in it to what it was, what it's become almost 2 years ago. Yeah, it was awesome. It was literally everything I wanted it to be and I set out to be. I made a plan. I drew it out on a piece of paper where I wanted my plants, what I wanted the background to look like. Everything about the tank, it came to life and came true. And I'm happy with that. You know, I'm satisfied. But, you know, all's well that ends well. And I got bored with it. My so-called dream came alive. And now it's time to start something new. So, what I did, I took literally pounds and pounds of jungle val out of this tank. I took a ton of plants out. What I'm going to be doing over the next couple weeks, probably like every 4 or 5 days, I'm going to be doing a water change and ripping out plants. Now, when you have dirt substrate, anybody who has dirt knows you can't just rip it out, all the plants out, and everything's going to be good. You know, it makes a big mess. So what I did tonight was I ripped out the entire background of my tank. All the jungle val, all the hellfire, everything that was in the background, ripped it out, did a, talking like 80-90% water change. And in 3 or 4 days, when this clears up, I will rip out more plants. By the way, I did clean my canister filter because when you start ripping stuff out, I mean, those sponges are just going to get clogged with all sorts of gunk, you know. 3 or 4 days, I'm going to rip the bacopa out, maybe a few other plants. Probably in about 2 weeks, you are going to see this tank have nothing in it besides fish. The wood's going to be gone. I don't know if you guys have planted tanks that have driftwood in them or driftwood tanks. If you leave the driftwood in for a long time, it starts to break apart and just get nasty. You go to try to move it and just stuff just falls off of it. It starts to break apart. You know, driftwood does not last forever. You can have tanks set up for years and years and years, and you know, maybe you never touch that driftwood, but years later goes by, you go to move it or do whatever, boom, it's just going to break apart. So now I'm rambling as usual. Let's get this over with. I'm going to give you guys updates. My planted tank is going to be completely plantless in about 2 weeks. Driftwood gone. The only thing you're going to see is substrate and fish. And I'm starting from scratch. I got a new dream, a new hardscape, a new planted scape. Everything in mind of what I want to do with this next one. I ripped the CO2 out. I'm going to turn the lights down a bit. I'm going to stop dosing. You know, you might say it's going to get unbalanced, but I got it all under control. Don't you worry. And I'm looking forward to giving you guys some updates, and I'm looking forward to showing you what I have going for this next scape. So, 75 gallon planted, 2 years in the making, getting ripped down, and we're going to start from scratch. And I can't wait to show you guys my progress through this. So, this is Mike from Mass. I'm out!